Now, look here, young man, I'm too busy to talk to you.
Well, if I could, that is, if that man could be rescued and I got his exclusive stories here...
What?
Would you give me a job?
Don't bother me.
Well, would you, Mr. White?
Yes, yes. Now, leave me alone.
Thank you, sir.
Crazy. Just crazy.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another segment of Asaph Adonai Stories. I am your host, Asaph Adonai. If you could be a superhero, who would you be? Yours truly would want to be one that can fly. Our guest on today's Asaph Stories has done 42 films from 1939 to 1956 and 17 television shows from 1949 to 1957, and who, disguised as Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper, fights a never-ending battle for truth, justice, and the American way.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky, it's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Superman.
Talking about George Kiefer Brewer, known to the world as George Reeves. George Reeves was an American actor, best known for playing Superman in the 1950s television program Adventures of Superman. Superman is a fictional superhero appearing in the American comic books published by DC Comics, and their creator was Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster. Superman was sold and appeared for the first time on film in 1938, appearing in radio serials, newspaper strips, television programs, films, and video games. Now, Reeves started acting and singing in high school, and he continued performing on stage as a student at the Pasadena Junior College. Reeves began his film career in 1939 in a movie called Gone with the Wind with Vivien Leigh. He starred in a number of two real short subjects, two of them B pictures with Ronald Reagan. He was drafted in the Army in 1943, assigned to the U.S. Army Air Forces, and he performed in the USAAF's Broadway show, Winged Victory. That became a national tour and a movie version. And then from there, he went on to do motion pictures for the Army and training films. After the war ended, he appeared in a movie called Adventures of Sir Galahad, and in 1953, he played Sergeant Mylon Stark in From Here to Eternity with Burt Lancaster. And finally, Reed hit his stride in 1951, playing the role of Superman in a new television series. Now, there was an actor before Reeves that played Superman. His name was Kirk Alyn, spelled A-L-Y-N, and he was the first actor to ever play Superman on television before George Reeves. And this was back in 1948 during the serial days when they had serials for movies and pictures. Anyway, the name of this picture was called Atom Man versus Superman, and Kirk Alyn had a lot of fun playing this character, but George Reeves was the epitome and the perfect Superman. Finally, Reeves appeared in 104 episodes playing this character, and also Jimmy Olsen, his character was played by Jack Larson, and Lois Lane was played by Phyllis Coates and Noel Neill. So this was just such a fun episode if you were a kid growing up watching The Adventures in Superman. And George Reeves left the world a lot of characters, but he'll always be best remembered as Superman. So until our next show, Maranatha.
There's your answer, son.
Oh, thank you, Mr. White. Thanks a million.
There are one or two things I haven't got quite straight in my mind, Mr. Kent. For example, how did you leave here later than we did and beat us to the airport?
Is that all?
Not quite. How come you found the man behind the hangar at just the right moment to get his exclusive story when every top experienced reporter in the business was breaking his neck...
Or her neck.
Or her neck to get that story?
Maybe I'm a Superman, Miss Lane.